Nike finally decides to get into the Caitlin Clark business.
Caitlin Clark just secured the deal of a lifetime, a $10 million Nike partnership complete with her own personal logo and a future signature shoe line. The internet is calling it the biggest endorsement in women's basketball history. But not everyone is celebrating because Angel Reese, Clark's biggest rival on and off the court, is absolutely furious after her own Reebok deal fell flat. Tonight, we break down the truth behind Nike's gamble, why Angel Reese feels betrayed, and how this rivalry has quietly turned into a full-blown marketing war.
Feels good. Got the pants, got the charms, necklace, zipper, everything.
It's special. I mean, there's very few people who get the opportunity to say that they have a logo and to make the impact that she makes, not just, I think, in the sport, but globally, just by being who she is. She's a connector. She brings people together. And, I think for us to be a part of that, and whether it's, as simple as being able to celebrate all of these things with her, or, as much as walking out into the arena and seeing the whiteout on the chairs out there, it's really cool. And it's really special and I'm talking about it right now, and just feeling the intense gratitude for me personally, being in women's basketball, to be able to be a part of this moment and to celebrate with her.
On September 25th, Nike unveiled Caitlin Clark's signature CC logo in a cinematic commercial that had more production value than most Hollywood blockbusters. Fans erupted online, calling it the start of a new era for women's basketball endorsements. For context, only a handful of WNBA players have ever been granted a personal logo, let alone a multi-year, multi-million-dollar deal. This puts Clark in rare company, with Nike making it clear they view her as not just a player, but a brand.
Patient. I've been telling y'all that Nike takes their time, that A'ja Wilson's shoe deal was 2 years in the making, that Paige Beckers had PEs, not her own signature shoe, and that Caitlin Clark's was 100% coming. And people kept saying, oh, Nike fumbled the bag with Caitlin. It has to get out there. Nike fumbled the bag. No, they didn't. It takes time. She's got to develop a whole freaking product line. But they just announced, breaking news right now, we have a logo. That is the official Caitlin Clark Nike logo. And it's not just that. I mean, this is cool. Nike has just announced that a signature product line will be dropping soon, with signature shoes coming in 2026. Now, this is going to be her logo for all of her Nike stuff that is Caitlin Clark.
This deal didn't happen overnight. Insiders reveal Nike spent nearly 2 years planning this rollout, waiting until Clark had proven herself on the WNBA stage before investing in a full signature line. Apparel will hit stores in October 2025, followed by a full shoe launch in May 2026, timed perfectly with what could be Clark's prime years. Nike isn't just selling shoes, they're building a global empire around Caitlin Clark.
WNIK, and as usual, we're talking about Caitlin Clark.
All right, subtle commercial, nothing too crazy, no big bang. But here we go, folks. If we look at this right here, this is the Easter egg I'm talking about. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 billboards. 8 billboards. October, December, November, January, February, March, April, May. The start of the WNBA season. Is that when these shoes are going to drop? Is that when these shoes are going to drop in May? We know that come October, we're going to get some merchandise. We're going to get some apparel. But the shoes, they said, coming soon in 2026. How soon? May 2026 soon?
But while Caitlin Clark was celebrating a generational deal, Angel Reese found herself on the outside looking in. Her Reebok partnership, announced with great fanfare last year, hasn't delivered the numbers Reebok hoped for. Sales were underwhelming, her logo failed to catch fire, and critics argue her brand lacks the mass appeal Clark brings to the table. And when the Nike deal hit the internet, Reese's reaction was anything but graceful.
And if you see here, a lot of the players decided to show support, show some love. But remember, Candace Parker rated Angel Reese as a C-tier player. And the Reese's Pieces got in Angel Reese's head that Candace Parker was hating, so now Angel Reese needs to throw shade towards Candace Parker's way. Angel Reese, somebody who called Candace Parker a clout chaser. Imagine that, Angel Reese in another one-sided beef Angel Reese calling somebody else a clout chaser. You can't make this stuff up, folks. You can't make this stuff up.
To make matters worse, Reese sparked outrage during Candace Parker's jersey retirement ceremony on August 30th. While every Chicago Sky player proudly wore tribute shirts honoring Parker, Reese zipped her jacket up, refusing to participate. This came after Parker publicly ranked Reese as a C-tier player earlier in the season. The optics? Terrible. Instead of celebrating a legend, Reese turned the spotlight on herself with an act of pure pettiness.
But Angel Reese, oh, she said, hell no. She said, I am keeping this warm-up jacket. Folks, see that? I still had a little bit to go. See? Angel Reese, she's got no more room. That thing is zipped up so tight she could barely breathe. But guess what? She's definitely not going to be giving Candace Parker any grace. She's not going to be giving Candace Parker any clout, giving Candace Parker the respect. When we look at the intros, everybody's wearing their shirts, except for one, Angel Reese. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Angel Reese says, nah, I'm not going to be called dead wearing that shirt.
This is where the contrast between Clark and Reese becomes impossible to ignore. When Nike initially passed on Clark during her college days, she didn't lash out. She kept playing, kept winning, until the deal became unavoidable. Angel Reese? She responds to criticism with social media shade, zipped jackets, and visible frustration on the court. One player turned adversity into a $10 million empire. The other turned it into a PR nightmare.
Clark just gifted her entire team her signature merch, but it wasn't just the team. Every fan that shows up to Gamebridge tonight will get the first release of Caitlin Clark's signature merchandise. About the Indiana Fever not showing love to Caitlin Clark, because to me, it took too long. Well, guess what, guys? Now we all...
The internet wasted no time comparing logos. Sabrina Ionescu's sharp, professional design leads the pack. Reese's Reebok comes in second, while many argue Breanna Stewart and Aya Wilson's logos fall flat. But Caitlin Clark's clean, simple CC design? It immediately shot to the top, with fans calling it sleek, timeless, and luxury. The comparison wasn't just about branding, it was about hierarchy. And on September 25th, the hierarchy in women's basketball endorsements became crystal clear.
Clark is simply the talk of the internet today. Her and Taylor Swift broke the damn internet. Yes, bro. And for all the people that was hitting me up about Caitlin Clark's signature logo, somebody said it looked like Chanel. I said it looked like Gucci. But whatever it is a luxury sports brand. I can't think of very many luxury sports brands. Guys, yeah, do you, like, I'm a fashion guy. And I understand what Nike is doing. Nike is trying to get into the luxury brand style.
But here's where things get suspicious. The Indiana Fever celebrated Clark's Nike deal with fire emojis, t-shirts, and a full arena activation. Meanwhile, the official WNBA account stayed silent. Not a single celebratory post for the league's biggest draw. Was it an oversight or something more deliberate? Critics say the league doesn't want Clark overshadowing its established stars. Others believe it's simply a case of poor PR. But either way, the optics are clear. The league's biggest superstar isn't getting the support she deserves from its own front office.
Went all out for Caitlin Clark's logo drop. So there was a lot of excitement already, fluttering about Gamebridge, and energy was high. They definitely spared no expense in letting everybody know that Caitlin Clark does have a new logo out. The arena was actually covered with t-shirts that said Caitlin Clark was here. The outside of the arena had her logo everywhere. She even showed up with all these accoutrements.
So, where does this leave us? Caitlin Clark is set to become the face of Nike, women's basketball, and maybe even sports marketing at large. Angel Reese? She faces a crossroads. Does she double down on the drama, or does she reinvent her image and prove her worth on the court? Because one thing's for sure, Reebok can't compete with Nike's marketing machine. And if Reese doesn't start winning on the hardwood, her brand may never recover.
Clark can't have anything without some negativity. Sports Illustrated posted this: But I actually read the article. It's just hater. He used random people's opinions on X and Twitter. Fans don't like her logo. No, you don't like the logo. You just found some random people that agree with your opinion. This is called confirmation bias. I can't stand people like that. What they do is they find anybody who confirms their bias. So what they do Google searches and things like that instead of just being objective.
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese entered the league as rivals. But today, one stands on the brink of global superstardom, while the other fights to stay relevant. This isn't just about basketball, it's about branding, maturity, and legacy. The battle for the future of women's basketball has begun. The only question is, who will own it?
She brought in new fans, national media, and even primetime slots. Her absence isn't just hurting the Indiana Fever, it's apparently impacted the entire league's momentum. But this also sparks a deeper conversation. Is it fair for one rookie to carry the weight of an entire league's popularity? You see, critics say the WNBA's marketing is leaned heavily on Caitlin Clark, while longtime stars like Angel Wilson, Breanna Stewart, and others deserve more spotlight too. On the flip side, others argue Caitlin Clark is the draw and the rating.
Caitlin Clark just signed a $10 million Nike deal complete with her own personal logo, a signature apparel line this October, and a sneaker launch set for 2026. The move instantly cements her as the new face of women's basketball. But while Clark's brand skyrockets, Angel Reese's Reebok partnership has flopped, and her public reaction is fueling controversy. Tonight, we uncover the truth. How did Clark land one of the biggest endorsement deals in WNBA history? And why is Angel Reese furious in its shadow? On September 25th, Nike dropped a commercial that stunned fans. Caitlin Clark's new logo, paired with high-end visuals, positioned her not as just another WNBA player, but as a global brand. The rollout wasn't small. It was cinematic. It was bold.